Do you remember when most new business ideas were just like a Silicon Valley optimized version of something that you already own? A great example of that is Allbirds, the butt-ass looking shoe that dominated the market for years. When Allbirds was at their peak, really ruining that landscape, it was part of a wider cultural shift at like Silicon Valley optimism. And I know it's difficult to think of this now, but back in like 2008 through 2018, Silicon Valley, just like working in big tech in general, was extremely cool. During this magical time, there was a bunch of scrawny, tall guys running around San Francisco with business pitches that would climax in the phrase, "There's got to be a better way." You've heard these before, like someone's given a TED Talk or they're submitting a Y Combinator funding video, and they're like, "Every morning I take out my trash. But the problem is, it's heavy, it's messy, and most importantly, I don't want to take my trash out." Introducing Slop Stop. Everything at this time was getting optimized, including fashion for some reason. Like, it does seem like the industry was doing pretty good on its own generally. It certainly didn't need help from San Francisco type guys, but boy did they try. There was lots of examples of this, like Allbirds was direct to consumer, which just meant that they sold the shoes on their own website. Like, what a crazy idea. Insane. Does all that savings of cutting out the middleman like give you a better shoe? Of course not. It just means that Allbirds, the company, just makes a bunch more money. There was other optimization things in fashion like Stitch Fix, those awful monthly box programs that would just like force on you a bunch of products that otherwise couldn't be sold because they were really bad products. All of this optimization didn't really mean that you, the customer, were getting anything more optimized or better for yourself. It just meant that a bunch of medium-sized companies could become very big companies much quicker. Okay. Noah Johnson, who is the big boss at High Snobiety, put this gorgeously back a few years ago. The quote is from a podcast. I can't find it, but he said something along the lines of, "Why would I buy pants from a guy claiming that he's somehow the first one to make pants the right way? If a restaurant tried to get my business by saying, 'We've never had a good pasta, so we opened our own pasta restaurant,' I would just assume that they were really inexperienced with food," end quote. Big true. And what's even worse about that is that there's no underground for footwear. Because like, what are your options, right? You have the global titans of footwear. That's Nike, Adidas, Puma, like all the stuff that everyone that you know wears. You have like luxury designer footwear, which is usually really cool. It's just that everything there costs $1,000 at least. Okay, so what's like the cool underground thing? Allbirds. And that sucks. Like, especially if you really care about the way that you present yourself to other people, you need a cool, if you know type sneaker that isn't extremely expensive. There is a really interesting answer as to why this is. High fashion has a little squad of elite footwear designers. These are people who are usually under contract with different luxury companies. Like Balenciaga had like a full stack of these designers lined up, and that's why they came out with so many incredible shoes so many times in a row. But these elite footwear designers are running all over Paris and Milan and New York and London, trying to get jobs with these huge companies designing hit shoes that make those brands a ton of money. So if all those people are so talented at making footwear and the luxury industry can't come out with incredible footwear without them, why wouldn't they just go start their own footwear business? Some of them do, but usually the price point is just as high as when they worked at the luxury company because, again, starting those companies is so expensive. But recently, there is a designer who has broken off from the world of collaborating with big brands and has started his own company. Salehe Bembury. But this is where I actually have to give you some qualifications and information up front. My name is Bliss Foster. That's my wife Daniela behind the camera. We are full-time fashion critics. And if you would not in any universe describe yourself as a fashion person, I would encourage you to give us a shot. That's kind of our MO. We make videos that are for the fashion heads and simultaneously for the fashion completely uninterested. That was stupid. The hand thing was stupid. I liked it. Really? We have a great video about a long con that Prada pulled in a runway show against the Italian fascist community. We have another video that dispels a lot of the rumors about high quality versus low quality in the fashion industry. And we have the best coverage in the industry of Paris Fashion Week. If you've always wondered what all the fuss is about, we deliver the absolute best of Fashion Week without all of the celebrity bullshit, without any of the wealth-obsessed lifestyle goofiness, and without any stupid trends. But wait, You might be asking, what would Paris Fashion Week be without celebrities' conspicuous consumption and trends? It turns out when you remove the stupid stuff, there's a lot of kick-ass things to see. You should check it out. I guarantee if you give us a shot, you will want to join the Patreon without me even asking. Like, you'll be 7 or 8 hours into watching these videos and you'll be like, I cannot go another minute without dozens of hours of bonus content. That's what you'll literally say that. Okay, so yes, that is my job. Danielle and I also do a little bit of consulting and a little bit of writing for other projects that we really believe in. Salehe and I met a few years ago in Paris, and he reached out to me to ask if I wanted to be a part of his book that is about to come out. I think it's actually literally out today. It's called I Make Shoes. That's a coincidence, by the way, that this is coming out the same day that book releases. I agreed to do that project because Salehe is my favorite sneaker designer in the whole world, and I was paid to do that. Rizzoli, the publisher, cut me a check for doing that, and while I do absolutely want you to get that book, I'm very excited about it coming out, that is not why I am making this video. Salehe has made a name for himself through a few different avenues. He designed the most successful shoe that Yeezy ever put out, the 350 V2. He worked for Nike at one point. Salehe was actually part of the high fashion coterie of designers that go between brands and kind of help them out with footwear. He helped Versace literally enter the luxury sneaker market. But it is most likely that you know Salehe for his collaboration work. He has made some of the absolute best sneaker collaborations of the last few years. The list here is by no means exhaustive, but you have likely seen his treatments on a number of wild-looking New Balances, including these badass shoes that have an emergency whistle built into the back of them. Lots of individual awesome shoes, but more importantly is the level of world building that is achieved through these designs. The recurring theme of map topography details, which are maybe sometimes fingerprints. Like, these definitely do look like fingerprints. I can like sign into the New Balance secret room by like holding the shoe up to the little sensor and just being like, that's right, I'm Salehe, thank you. New Balance comes knocking one day and is just kind of like, we're here to collect your thumbs. Didn't you read the contract? All right, enough riffing. All of these are massive companies, but their audiences are vastly different. Somehow, despite all that, there is a level of cohesion here that Daniela and I look for in a creative. If you keep up with the ongoing cultural criticism on this channel, there is a series of hypothetical humans being proposed through these shoe designs. And that's really saying something. There, frankly, is very limited real estate on footwear. There's not much to work with, but man, this is cohesive. Salehe is launching his brand Spunge. Oh shit. Is the business called Sponge or Be a Sponge?
I'll call him really fast and just be like, is it?
Oh shit.
I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail.
I think he's literally in China right now. I'll ask his EA. Oh, thank you, Javier. Instantly replying. Most recently, Salehe has taken his talents to start a company called Spunge. Spunge is releasing a shoe. It's an original design by Salehe. And again, Rizzoli cut me a check for being part of the writing for Salehe Bembury's book, but no one's paying me to make this video. I wanted to make this video because there is an important shift going on in footwear. So again, shoe companies are expensive to start, they're expensive to maintain. There's just a lot of research and development that has to go into footwear. There's more raw engineering in this than any other thing in our whole closets. And so by product of that, the footwear industry is very risk averse. And there's just no underground for footwear that everyone can reasonably afford. I mean, there's great options in the designer footwear landscape. It's just that, again, all of them are like $1,000, $1,200, $2,000 in some cases. Salehe's first shoe at Spunge is $160. That is Christmas gift kind of money. That is a high schooler with a part-time job can reasonably afford this shoe kind of money. And if you watch this channel, you know that we do not talk about prices pretty much ever, because most of the time it's not relevant to what we need to discuss on this channel. This time, the price point is very relevant. $160 is a for everybody shoe. Up until this point, the only option was the global behemoths of footwear. You could, in the past, go to some place like Yeezy, but, that was just an extension of the Adidas empire. It doesn't really count. You could go to Allbirds, where you're essentially getting scammed by guys with garbage taste who obsess over shareholder value. Not that the shareholder value thing worked out very well for them. The footwear design community is full of people who have an outstanding vision. I mean, we could go on for days on this channel about how Tinker Hatfield has revolutionized the world building of Nike and stuff. But on this channel, something that we really especially love to see is when someone who has an outstanding vision also has ownership. A huge problem in the fashion industry is that we have split the creatives and the business people. Creative people are often told that they cannot handle the business side of things. And, oh, honey, I bet you're terrified of Microsoft Excel. Let other people handle this for you. I love the idea of a creative person standing up and saying, I'll figure the numbers out. I want to own this. And I mean, rest assured, Salehe could have continued these collaborations with these huge companies indefinitely. I mean, they were incredibly happy with the results of what he was churning out for them. I mean, Crocs, like, I feel like Salehe has sold more Crocs than Mr. Croc himself. He could have been a happy, cushy employee for forever. And I am so grateful that someone with that level of vision has chosen the hard route. If we want to see more figures like Rick Owens or The Row or Ralph fucking Lauren, we have to show up when they make the jump. Salehe's book, I Make Shoes, is literally out this very day. When you are watching this, it is out. I conducted a really good interview with Salehe for the book. There's a conversation between him and Andre 3000 in there. The ultimate menswear bro, Gian Dillian, is in there. I mean, it is stacked full. It's a lot of beautiful pictures as well. You should go pick it up. The shoe from Spunge drops in 2 days, October 16th. Set your alarms. Go show up for a man with a killer vision doing his own thing. And also, the best part of this shoe, I will say, Salehe and I haven't really gotten to talk about it. My favorite part of this shoe is the top-down view of it. Like, the wearer's experience is the one that is prioritized the most. I really like that. And hey, if you're a regular viewer of the channel, go join that Patreon. The only way we are able to make this thing happen is because people literally support us. The people that get value from the work that we do put that value back into the channel. Right now, we're getting ready to go, but when you are watching this, we will be back from Paris Fashion Week and we will be frantically making the best coverage in the entire industry of new runway fashion. We lose a few grand every time we make one of those videos, and if you want to find out why, there's like over 12 of them on our channel right now. It's the mega videos, the ones that are over 2 hours long. Love you guys a lot. See ya.